It's all about the Health and Healing Hub experience each and every Saturday on your favorite station between the hours of 2 and 4. Contrastradio.net.
You're in tune to the Health and Healing Hub experience, hosted by myself, Funmilola, and the fantabulous Ms Tee. Shout out goes to the Contrast Radio family, especially our listeners. If this is your first time, great stuff. We're joined this week by our guests, Sis Kelly, Sis Wilma, Sis Gloria, Sis Karen, Sis Julia, Sis Siobhan, and Sis Vanessa. Welcome everybody, and this is the part of the show where we delve into our main discussion, and this week we're exploring the subject of superheroes from a health and healing aspect. So who are yours and why? Let's have that discussion. And could I remind us, if we can try and be brief, maybe keep it up about 2 minutes feedback so that everyone can contribute and we can get just a bit more, squeeze a bit more out of the subject. Who wants to jump in regards to superheroes? Let me give you a specific question. Yeah. When you think of a superhero in terms of health, in terms of a health and healing aspect, who comes to mind and why?
Can I go?
Yeah, sure.
I would say my superheroes are my mum and dad, because of the way they both raised me and my siblings. Just the values that they gave us, the love that they gave us, and just really how they really tried coming over from Nigeria, settling into this country, trying to do the best for us in every aspect, and the sacrifice that they made, and all the other little instances that happened along the way. I would say my parents are my superheroes.
You got there before me. You got there before me. I was going to say the exact same thing, because despite all the ups and downs, the ins and outs, the hard times, the stress, the journey is up and down, and yet my mum and dad, they definitely have to be and will always be my superheroes. But looking back and doing the work on myself, I have to say there's some things that I wouldn't do. I wouldn't just leave my children with someone else. But in that, they're my superheroes. When I was younger, if you should see the people I had on my wall. They never looked like me. And they're all up on my wall. The ones that should be on my wall is my mum and dad. When you think of a superhero in terms of a health and healing aspect, who comes to your mind and why?
I would have to echo what you have said, Lola, and as well as the sister Glow. For me, it's ultimately, I love my mum equally, but more recently, my dad. The way he sends his kind of vibrations to the world from a health point of view, how he keeps it real, the choices that he chooses to make in terms of putting certain foods into his diet, keeping it real with the culture and the food choices, to the affirmations, to the literal words that he plants into my being. Has led me to be in a state of thanksgiving with my birthday yesterday. So I give all the honor, all the flowers, all the appreciation to him at 81 years old, even through his own health challenges, heart attacks of all kinds of things. He's still standing. So ultimately, sorry to jump on board, but my dad and my mum as well equally. I give them everything.
Okay, give thanks. It's amazing. Amazing. Love it. Love it. All right, I can jump on to the next question if anyone else is... does anyone else want to add to that? Or we go forward? We go forward? Kim? You good?
No, I was going to say, do I need to call everybody out? Is nobody ready to die home? No? No kids? You know what, I was just thinking of what you said, the superheroes, those kind of things. And while you guys was talking, yes, you've got your parents, blah, 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 blah. But throughout, journey-wise, people that stuck out, I've got a couple of teachers at certain schools that when I was going through some terrible dark times, it was almost as if they could see what was happening without saying any words, and gave me a space for me to just be still. And those are what comes to mind. My auntie, because she was very spiritual, she, how can I put it? She gave me the skills, or empowered me then to accept my spiritualism, if you understand where I'm coming from. When you see certain things when you're young, you are what it is, I had to accept it, I had to deal with it, that kind of thing. So, and my granny, because she had, I'm talking multiple strokes, multiple heart attacks, and she had 8, 9 kids. One of them is my mum, obviously. And it brings me back to what they went through. I'm talking back in the day. Still stuff that we're going through now, but they went through it back in the day and still managed to buy a house, those kinds of things. So those are my superheroes, the holistic people that kind of helped me grow throughout my then.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. So, let me jump on to another question. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Just wanted to. No, I think I've gone there already. All right then. So, was there a moment in your life when someone saved you or saved the day? So it may have been that you were going through something that moment, that day. There's someone in particular. Sometimes there's even a smile, but someone it just came at the right time. Someone said something at the right time, etc. Also, even more.
I have one. I'll go first on this one. We've been out, me and a few girls, and really nice night. We had a bit of drink. Driving back, it was on the A406, and it'd been a long night. Put it that way. It'd been a long night, and a friend of mine, she passed away years ago. Anyway, to cut a long story short, driving back home, tired. When you're falling asleep behind the wheel? And no joke, my phone rang. That is when I opened my eyes. It was my friend calling me. And I literally opened my eyes and turned the wheel. Had I not opened my eyes and turned the wheel, we would have gone straight into, we're on the A406, when you go around the bend and everything. And obviously shook me up. I was like, oh wait, got anyone home, got home. But my friend called me. My friend passed away about 5 years before. So there's no way she's been calling me. There's no way that my phone should have been ringing.
Say that again.
Well, I thought you didn't hear me. My friend passed away about 5 years prior to me. This is about This is about, I'm talking about 30 odd years ago. I was coming back from a raid in Mary Gravy. Anyway. Tired, like I said, tired. But my phone rang. At the time my phone rang, I must have kind of jumped or opened my eyes and and I literally just managed to turn the wheel control. Have I not done that? All the questions, the what they call it, I don't know, that keep you bounce back onto the road. My friend passed away 5 years before. My phone rang.
Good job. So your friend that.
I'm thinking it would be my ancestors or this is just still it. But my friend, what was, when you see the name or the number come up.
Yeah.
And this is a split second, because remember, I must have, for that split second, the eyes must have gone down.
What?
Yeah, and that's why it sticks in my head, because it's too past about 5 years beforehand. I had 4 other people in the car, and we're all saying, mutual friends. It shook us up, put it that way on the way home, pretty boy. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's one incident where.
Sorry, Kim. Did you say that your phone rang and it had your friend's name that was meant?
Yeah, when you're saying them, you got the phone that you either gonna recognize the number or the name. It's my friend passed away 5 years beforehand.
Wow.
You know what I mean? 5 years beforehand. And another incident happened. Well, no, that's another. I actually got a text message. Yeah. Spiritual. Yeah.
Wow, definitely.
Amazing.
That is. Was it just that you got in from the person?
The phone, literally, the phone just rang. I must have, when your eyes gone down, my eyes must have gone down. The phone rang. I looked, it kind of jolted me, obviously, because I'm tired. And I remember looking, thinking, stop, because she'd already passed about 5 years before. You know what? She should have been telling my gems on my convo. I just put it down to it. That was the universe or the spirits just open up and that's the eye.
Well, wow.
When I was like, no way. And it was my friend in the passenger seat was like, no way.
Any movie hack.
Yeah, you should have phoned her back and said, thank you.
Yeah. No. Now when you look for the, you can see your missed calls, but there was no missed call. On the surface. I mean, no missed call.
Wow.
Yeah, that was one of those ones where you never forget. And I know the people in the car that would know what I'm talking about because they were there at the same time.
You are so connected. You are.
Yeah, you know what? I'll be in certain situations where I'm just like, I was running for a bus one time down St. Sister's Road. Just you see where Buddy Music used to be? Oh. Yeah? Running to the bus, and one piece took me at it. Remember, you're not supposed to run from the bus because bus soon come. Yeah? Said to me, sock running, and I'm no joke. And the thing is, down the road on the other side, you can see this car coming. You know when they brought it from there? The car licked the pavement and spun over. Had I kept on running, I would have been under the car. And that's no joke. From that day, and I was about 17, 18. I'd never run for a bus again. Ever. No, I'm being serious. Ever. I was running for the bus, And the thing is, that won't kill me. I was only going one piece. Well, I couldn't, anyway, running for the bus, and I thought, you know what? when I looked back, it was the next bus, and I saw the car tearing down, and the car ripped the thing and rolled open. I was like that. When your heart's in your mouth, yeah. And I actually stood there, wait for the ambulance and things to come. But it was the shock of, if I'd have kept on running, I'm not saying it would have, but in my head, if I'd have kept on running, I'd have been under that freaking car. That was saying. So yeah.
Okay.
Shows your connection to the ancestors, or listening to your intuition at that age as well.
At that age, I was kind of in transition to listening to it. Do you know what I'm saying? Accepting it, or rather than thinking, what the hell is going on here? Because other things had happened before that. So I was just, at that time, accepting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I can talk for Britain, yeah, for so many years.
Yeah, so is that no, it was I think we needed that. It was very, very interesting. I love it. But is there anyone else? Were you saying something, Julia?
Oh, well, now that she's opened the gate open for this spiritual experience, I could tell her one of my experiences that I had.
Please do. There's no one. We don't listen to our. You see that saying, women's intuition? You never have that intuition, and until you accept it, sometimes you battle with it. You know what I mean? And then something happens, and you remember you think to yourself, you know what? I should have followed my mind. Yeah, that was the universe or the spirit telling you what to do in the first place. You was listening to it. You was guilting yourself.
Maybe you should remind me what the question is, because I was just chewing.
Sorry, Julia. Did you want the question again, or
Ask the question again so that I'm.
So what it was there a moment in your life that someone saved the day for your well-being?
Oh, right, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've definitely got a answer for that. I was going to work, so I was in rush hour. It might have been about around about 8:30, or actually between 8 and 8:30, because I was going to work. I had to get into work before 9 o'clock because I was an invigilator at the time. So I was going to work at Stratford. Before they'd done all this railing business, that they'd changed all the rails now, because it was the old Stratford. I had to go to Stratford and then get changed for my end station. So as I'm standing on the platform waiting for the train to come in, it came in, and it's gonna seem funny, but everybody that was on the platform got on the train. Every single person, except for me and a guy that was standing right next to me. The doors opened right in front of him. So I'm standing there waiting for him to go on there, but he didn't move. So I'm thinking, well, if you're not going to go on the train, I'll go on there. But what I didn't do was say, excuse me, can I just get on there? I didn't say that. I, in my silly self, tried to put my foot around so that I can get onto the platform, onto the train, and then I could get on that way. But as it happens, I missed the train there. So my foot went straight down between the train and the tracks, and I fell inside. I fell down, and when I looked up, he was standing right in front of me, and I was down there, train track. And I was trying my best to push myself up, but because the tracks is up here, I couldn't get the leverage. If it was down here, I'd have been able to do it, but I couldn't get the leverage.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, well, the train hasn't moved,
the driver must see that I'm stuck on the lines, yeah. And while I was waiting, it went very quiet. It was as if you could hear paper move. There was no noise or anything. It just went quiet. But in myself, I'm thinking, oh well, they've seen me. They're going to come and rescue me. Nobody came, but that one man that was standing right in front of me, what he done, he got his arm and he just pulled one arm over, grabbed hold of my shoulder, and he just yanked me out, and it felt as if I was flying in the air. Wow. And then he put me down and I stood on my feet. And then I don't know, I was a bit crazy them times. I'm thinking, well, if you don't want to get it, because I'm going to go to work.
Whoa, wow.
Jumped on that. There was only one space. I jumped on there, and as I jumped on there, I looked at the people and I thought, God, if I was waiting on you lot to press the emergency button, I would have been dead, because they looked like they were stuck. Nobody was moving. It was just like they was holding their paper. They was all into their headphones. They were looking at the phones. They weren't doing anything. So anyway, I'm waiting for the train to go, and I actually felt embarrassed, the fact that I fell on the train tracks.
Wow.
Not the fact that I didn't say anything to him or say thank you. I was just embarrassed because I'd done something so stupid. Anyway, as I'm standing there, I didn't even want to look at his face because I felt embarrassed. He turned round to look at him. He had ginger hair. He was a white guy, actually. He had ginger hair. And I still didn't say thank you. And that's my biggest regret. I didn't say thank you. And then after a while, the train doors closed. All this time, not one person came on the platform. And we were in rush hour. There was nobody on the platform, just me and him. And the trains closed, and then we went along our journey. It was only when I got to Mile End, I must have looked really weird, because the train driver, the ticket guy came up to me and he goes to me, "Are you all right?" Because he must have seen that I looked really white as a sheet or something like that. Oh, what? But I told him what happened. I told him what happened.
White as a sheet. Stop.
He goes to me, "Oh, you should go and report it, because something obviously happened." So I go, "So I've got to go to work. I can't go to it now." I know, I'm so silly. That was in my younger days. I went to work, and then when I came home, on my way home, I stopped and I went into the office and I told them what happened. And he goes, "You fell on the train tracks?" I said, "Yeah, I fell on the train tracks." And this guy helped me. He goes, "If ever the train doors closed, then the electricity would have been put on, you would have been dead."
Yeah,
but they did check. Yeah, they did check the footage. They couldn't see anything.
Oh.
And I got a letter to say, if I want to take it any further, I've got to go and see another station person, another Southern Rails or whatever it was called. But it actually did happen. I didn't dream it, and it actually happened. So I'm thinking that person that lifted me out, because when he lifted me out, I felt like I was like a feather. It must have been my spiritual guy, a spiritual person, or an angel, or something like that, what you call them. That was
an angel.
Yeah, for me just to do that, because I didn't ask him or put him out the way. You know.
Oh my God.
That was my theory that I had, and I'll let get that. As I say, the only thing I regret is that I didn't say thank you to him, or I didn't acknowledge him, which I must.
So that's what it was. That was your guardian angel, and you was in shock at the time. When you think about it afterwards, what could have happened? Like you said, really and truly, they shouldn't have put a gap for you to fall down there. That's why you should.
I mean, at that time, I was quite a big person. I can't understand how it happened. But he actually done it with one hand. And I flew out of there. It's not like he bent, he didn't even move. All it was his hands that moved. He didn't even bend down with two hands or anything. It was just his hand that grabbed my shoulder and then pulled me out.
Yeah, that's the ancestors. That's that's why.
You sling up. That's the traits. That's the uncanny, unexplainable.
Yeah.
Really and truly, it's not easy to lift somebody up from where you get your seen. Used to be
Feet. I landed on my 2 feet. Great. Well, I just landed on my feet. That was my help that I got.
Yeah, that's a great help. Came just in time, because it looked like nobody else was aware.
No, they weren't. No one. Nobody said, "Are you alright?" or anything. Nobody has looked out of the door either. Because I felt the door was right behind me. Could have seen me down there, but nobody looked. Because when I fell, I was facing him. I didn't see the people on the train, but I was facing him. His feet were just there in front of my head.
Yeah.
An intervention, yeah. I thank him all the time. Honestly, all the time. Ever since that's happened, I'm so grateful that he done that for me.
Yeah.
I really am.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I will say, I mean, I do have other heroes. Yeah, people that I see as heroes. I do have others. But does anyone else want to contribute there, or should I just move on? Let me see if I can catch another question. Yeah. All right then. So would you say that there is someone working quietly behind the scenes in maybe healthcare somewhere whose story deserves to be told?
I'll go again. For me, let me know if I'm getting off. For me, it's because I know a lot of people that are past young, middle-aged, or elderly. For me, as I get older, it's just it just resonates with me. I need to keep my brain active. I need to keep my body active. There's a lot of dementia out there as well. Do you know what I'm saying? So I need to look at what we're eating more. You know, those kind of things. That's gonna whatever you've done throughout your life that's taken off the years. Now you can start doing stuff to maybe try and add a few more years on. Do you know what I mean? That kind of thing. So just an answer to what my little saying there. You know, when you look at certain people again, you know, remember back in the day we used to get washouts and to detox from whatever you're eating, those kind of stuff there. Or you eat the old wives' tale and the bush tea and blah blah blah. Yeah, some of the elders, most of the elders, the stuff that they used to tell you back in the day, we need to be doing that much more now, because the genetically modified food, it's all the vegetables, it's all the meat, it's all the fish. If it's not in that, the same animals that you're eating, they're feeding whatever it is to them, and who's eating it afterwards? We are. Do you know what I'm saying? So it was just to get that much more clued up, holistically, spiritually, nourish yourself, nourish your brain, keep yourself active. That's what's resonating with me now. But if that didn't go with anybody else.
So your answer was it the elders and their remedies? Is it?
Yeah, the elders and these more experiences, obviously. But the elders and their remedies. No, but they went through them scenes, some scenes, and some of them are still standing now.
That's right. Does anybody else know of anybody specifically that they're working, very, very hard and going more than the extra mile in what they do, but they're not really recognized in terms of the health, in terms of the health and healing sector or area? Let me go on to another question. what responsibilities do you think come with being seen as a hero? And do you think everyone wants that role? So, I mean, for me, I think it's a big responsibility. It's a massive responsibility. Because obviously people are looking up to you. And there's responsibility. The qualities you need really are discipline, focus, vision, consistency, patience, and open mind. All those things are... It's someone special that has those qualities. Superhero for me, round about now, is Ibrahimtraore. I love what he's doing. He's done so much in the time that he's come into our knowledge. He's divine. Times have changed, and he's there. He's one of those that is awakening us and restoring us to our rightful place. So here's another big hero of mine. So yeah, the question again is, what responsibilities come with being seen as a hero, and do you think everybody wants that role?
Well, being a hero is not just about admiration, it's about accountability as well. You know what I mean? Remember, you're like a role model to people, you know what I'm saying? And some people can fit that role nicely, and some people, what's the word? They fit the role, but sometimes behind the scenes, you know, not quite leading by example, then put it that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's when others see you as like a guiding light, then it's a huge responsibility within yourself. You know what I mean? I see you're laughing, she busted up.
In fact, I think you had your...
I was in thumbs up. This is me. This is how I am. I'm a very excitable person. I don't just sit there and just... I participate with my facial expressions, my laughter, my hat, my dress, everything like that. So what you're saying is fantastic. Traore is my hero, apart from my husband, but he's fantastic. Yeah, look, I'm really watching that space and watching everybody fall up with open arms under him. Even if I was in that country, I too would give up my life for that guy. He is amazing. He is amazing, and I love him so much. So, yeah, but honestly, when you're saying things, I have to react. I can't just sit there. Sorry. If I'm not putting anybody off.
No, not at all.
Definitely not. I like the energy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes. So, anyone else? Well, the question is, what responsibilities come with being seen as a hero, and do you think everybody wants that role? Karen, have you got any thoughts? Or V, you haven't contributed yet. Or Wilma? V? Wilma? Go ahead, Wilma.
It got to the point that I think I needed my glasses again. Messed my head up.
Wow. Close your eyes, Wilma. Don't look at Kit.
You know, I know I'm going back, but I would say my hero is my daughter, my eldest. Because back in 2006, I think it might have been my second visit to Dominica, right? And we was told by my husband to stay on the main road, which is Trafalgar Road. But my daughter wanted to go onto Waterwaven Road. I was driving at the time, and the oncoming bus thought I was a professional driver, experienced with the roads and that. And I had a bit of a big head as well. So I've gone forward. But when I went forward, I actually the road was so narrow that I ended up hanging on a precipice, right? Now, my daughter was in the car. She was 21 at the time. It meant it was going to be life or death situation. So she said to me, Mom, I think if anybody should die today, it should be me, because I'm only 21. I haven't got a husband. So I said to her, no, I should die because I've got you 5. I've got a husband. I've had a life. You haven't. Well, anyhow, the workers on the road who was working on the road, they always finish work on a Friday at 2:00. But that particular day, our car was hanging on the precipice. Honestly, it was about to go over, right?
Oh.
And my daughter said, let she come to my side, the driver's side, so that the car would like kind of balance heavier on the right-hand side, right? So that's what she did. But luckily, the driver who thought I was experienced with the road, he knew that there was road workers on the road. And they normally go at 2, but for some reason they were still there at 3:00. So they came with the forklift, not a forklift, it's the thing with a hook. And they came towards us. They lift up the car and bring it back over, right, off of the precipice. When I got out of the car, I swear my heart, everything was in the top of my head. So shaking that I got out of the car, and my daughter started crying. I was crying, and she said to me, Mum, you need to get back in the driving wheel and drive. Otherwise, you'll never, ever drive. Right? I don't know who the people were that saved our lives, but I'm here today to tell the story. Right? And I praise my daughter because she was only 21 and she gave the strength that I should have been giving her. You know? So and then when I got home, and I told my husband, I rang him because he was here in UK. He didn't even ask how I was. He just started shouting, I told you to stay on the... What was you doing on what a wave around? And I said, but you're not even asking if I'm okay. But he's just shouting. But I'm here today. And again, I've learned to listen to them voices that you hear, right? Because I've been in other accidents I've missed because I've listened to the voice, and it's told me move over, and I follow the bus, the instruction, move over. Then some big truck comes and licks somebody else's car where I should be. Have routine. I'm always in the same lane all the time. And that day I got a voice telling me to move over, and I did. I could have been killed then as well.
Smart.
But listen to voices. Some don't believe in. I think it's the ancestors, but some people think it's familiar voices, devil or whatever. I had a discussion with someone today. They'll believe that the ancestors can help you, your mother, your father, brother, whoever, and they don't believe it. But I do think if we listen, always listen, we would always benefit from listening. Very long birthday, I wish I listened, because if you don't listen, things go wrong. But yeah, I think my daughter this is the hero for me. You know, we came to a situation where it was life and death, and she was willing to die for me. I would have done the same for her, but no, she didn't think nothing of it. She's here today, she's 40. But yeah, that was a long time ago. I really do also believe nothing before its time.
Bless
Bless her. Can I just ask you,
Yeah.
How is her life now? Did she give you grandchildren? Is she a mother?
Actually, she hasn't got grandchildren, but she's married.
Oh, that's so little.
So that's good because if we both went over,
Oh, God.
at that,
Yeah.
Nice. I have a daughter like that. Lovely.
Wow. Imagine. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
after that, every time I go on holiday, she gives me a little note and she says, read it when you get on the plane. Yeah. She's lovely.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
It's very beautiful.
And that's why, again, these stories are so precious and remind us of life and our connection. When it's time, it's time. We had a thing where we had a family fire. I think I was around 9 years old. And we lived in these flats in Hoxton. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mummy, when we had paraffin heater, and Mummy was drying some clothes, and I think some clothes fell on the heater now. This is like the morning 10. Anyway, I'm still sleeping with my brother. We shared a bedroom. And then my younger sister and younger brother were in another room. The whole flat just went up. And if I was gutted basically. And I remember in my bedroom, the window never opened. It just couldn't open. Never ever open. We lived in a first floor flat. And I remember my dad come rushing in. My children, bust in the door. And me and my brother were just sitting on our bed. We were just crying. And that's what kills you, is the smoke. It was full of smoke. Most time it's not the fire, it's the smoke. We're just sitting on our beds doing nothing but crying, not moving, just there. Daddy bust in the door like Superman, superhero, but that bedroom window never opened, and Daddy smashed it. He got a chair, smashed the window. My children. And then he got us, me and my brother, to hold on to the windowsill. We had to climb out the window, hold on until the fire brigade came. And then my mum was somewhere downstairs. She got my younger sister and my younger brother out. She threw them out the window to the neighbours that were waiting below. Till the day, even when Mum passed, she don't know how she got out. She never told us as she got. I don't know. So it's another reason why my mum and dad's first.
No. I can just add love. I remember falling from the window into the neighbour's hands catching us. It was all a blur because I don't know how old I was. I must have been a toddler, but I remember falling and being catched or caught by someone underneath, and it was just all surreal. It's just really like. But I remember the flat was gutted because they had to move us out that flat to a neighbouring flat that happened to be empty at that time. And I remember walking past after, and it was black. Everything was black. I remember we was in the Hatton Gazette. That's how devastating the fire was. But that was something definite. And I remember the paraffin heater. Once that tips over, that's it. It's liquid, isn't it? And it would just go everywhere, ignite everything. And then back in those days, we had terry nappies. Like, I was probably drying younger brother's nappies along, the line, or airing them out somehow. Yeah, but that's another reason. Yeah.
Wow.
There wasn't radiators at the time then, was there? They weren't.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that, Glor. The newspaper. It was front page, That was front page, and that was our mum and dad that got us out of there. We was waiting for fire brigade. I don't know what waiting for them. Then we had to go and live in a hotel first, didn't we? And we loved our estate, and we had so many friends around there. We said we're moving back, and we moved back 2 doors away from where that place was.
Yeah.
Sorry, can I just add? It's probably maybe nothing to really do with it, but I remember being very young in that house that got caught on fire, and I used to be scared in that house.
You know, when you're a child, you're more in tune to other things. And I remember if all of the family was downstairs and me as a child, for one reason or another, has to go upstairs, I would ask one of my siblings to come upstairs with me, because I was that scared. I kind of felt like something was, I didn't like it.
I remember,
very scared in that place. Yeah, so maybe it's good that it got gutted. Yeah,
interesting.
It does make you think. See, when it comes to fires, about you guys, you said it was gutted. The thing went up because fires very quick, and like you said, the smoke kills you quicker before the fire, really. And it does. It's amazing how you all got out. You don't know how your mum did, but the place is gutted. And just going by what Glo just said, it does make you wonder if certain things happened for that particular reason. But you guys were safe. You guys were blessed.
Definitely.
And it's just brought to my memory a woman, such a beautiful woman. I was doing this course. Don't know if you remember back in the day when we used typewriters before word processors, and then it was the computer. But when we had typewriter, but we were on a word processing course, and it's a beautiful sister, Nigerian sister. She had a house fire. She had 3 beautiful children. She was married. You know, all of them went apart from her. Jesus, I can't just like.
Yeah, I remember that.
Heartbreaking.
That's sad. Down my road there was a fire. The ambulances were there because the mother left the children and went to wash her clothes at the laundrette. When she came back, you could see she was screaming because children were coming down. There was very limp. She had twins, and then there was a few children. I don't know. That was in East London. That was. But yeah, fire is very dangerous. But we don't realise what's going to happen, do we? We're oblivious to it all.
Yeah. And that's why I think it's really important for us to remain in alignment, because if we are in alignment, we are all those elements. We are fire, we are water, and to an extent we can actually control them. We've got the power to do that. And it's one of the reasons why they put so much rubbish in our food and in our water, and then give us these medicines that don't really, just mask the issue and then cause more diseases and discomforts. But because we are superheroes ourselves, we have special powers. This is why that if we can get our pineal gland working as it should, we are the superheroes. So important to have time for yourself, even if it's just half an hour a day to meditate. Starts from meditating and asking yourself questions, taking time for yourself, just before you, being in some quiet space. That's when you can tap in
And a lot of everything you were saying just resonates, and the fact that, yeah, I do believe that we all have those superhero qualities, and like what you just said, when you receive something and you give it its acknowledgement, its glory, it blooms. I liken that to someone who was due to come to my party and she couldn't make it for whatever reason. And I walked her through an experience of losing a baby. Not that I, God forbid, haven't gone through that myself, but I just felt compelled at that time. I was doing my day job, asked her how she was doing, and then because I do like walking dogs for a living, etc. And then she said she'd lost her baby. Sorry to slightly go off topic, just briefly. And then to make a long story a bit shorter, out of the blue, like today I was watching the television and the artist John Legend came on, and my dad liked him and whatnot. And then I just sort of picked up my phone and I said, oh, I'll check to see if there's any tickets available. Within, I kid you not, within maybe 2 minutes of me doing that, this friend texted me to say, would I like to come to John Legend with her? And I had no, I only know the divine had something to do with that, because I see it as the divine was saying, well, you've done your work as a citizen, as a human being, to give something back to this lady in the most horrendous time, you know, wanting a baby. It didn't happen at that right moment, and I'm going to give this back to you. And I've just sat pretty much in the day of gratitude in the midst of everything that I've received this weekend, the last few days, everything, you know. So we all have that superhero quality. I give thanks to the Most High for all the women that are around me, the sisterhood, the growth, you know. And I marvel at other people, because what they've gone through and given back to me has just blown my mind, literally. I sort of went off topic slightly, but I hope it kind of threads in with what I'm wanting to say. Just gratitude is a really.
Yeah, definitely.
Amazing. Yeah. Awesome. Are there any dedications, records that you would like us to play? Myself and Kim. Give us the name of the artist and the record, and we'll do that for you.
Yeah, I have one. Can I have Bella Kuti? Teacher. I think it's called Teacher.
Okay. We can drag that one out then.
Teacher to teach me no nonsense.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
Oh, interesting. Any more dedication?
I humbly request Etana's I Rise.
Come on. Come on. I love that one. Goose Pimples. Any more dedications?
For me, I would like More Than Enough by Leah Hathaway.
Okay, More Than Enough. What's her name? Layla Hathaway.
Yeah, Layla.
I have a dedication. It's by DC.
Which one? DC?
DC.
Oh, Ladisi. I love her.
Yes.
Which one?
It's called Think of You.
Oh, stop. That's my one. I love that tune. Come on. So, actually, can you help me out so that I have the right tune? Can you help me out so that I know it's the right one? Can you sing it? Sing it, please. Help me out. I'm setting you out.
Thanks, man.
No, sing the chorus.
It says it's something like every day, every and everywhere. I think of you.
Yeah, I think of you. You can see this girl likes a lot. I'm just about to say she likes a lot from me. When I look at the screen, everybody's busting up. Stop it.
Who's that Viola Daisy?
Let us say it's beautiful. Love that song. Every day, every night, every night. I think of you.
I think of you.
So who else chose something? Gloria, you chose teacher. Can you sing it, please? Because I'm not sure I know that one.
Teacher, oh, the name is your name. Teacher, the name we call your name. Not teach me no.
Wilma?
No, I can't.
Oh no!
That's when people love it.
Okay. Kelly? What was your one again?
Layla Hathaway.
Okay, sing it. What was your one, Kelly? I need some help.
I can do one better.
Kelly, what was your one again?
There you go. Can you hear that?
No.
She's pretending she's frozen. I can't hear that.
No, what was it called?
Alright.
Oh, that one, yeah, that was Etana.
That's it.
Right. Can you sing it though, just in case I get it confused?
I was born strong. I was named with this. Then the many says therefore I couldn't make it. I can't remember the surface
in my eyes.
Alright. That's what you're gonna get on me.
Oh, fantastic. Julia, did you choose one or not?
Julia said, not yet to me like that.
I don't know the latest songs anymore.
It doesn't have to be. It can be one from the past. It doesn't have to be latest. Anything. It don't have to be an up-to-date one. But we're good. I think we're good. All right. Thanks again, everyone, for coming out.
Before you go, can I do have an instrumental, please?
Oh, okay. Oh, are you trying to get out of singing?
I can hum it.
That's a good one. That's a good one to get out of singing. Instrumental.
Yeah.
We'll have to ban those ones.
It's a group called Kokoroka.
Oh, okay.
And the track is called Tojo. Tojo.
All right.
Yeah. And I quite like that group still. But yeah, that's a nice little tune to kind of hum to and do housework to and
All right, we dragged that one out for you. Yes. Once again, thank you so much, everyone. Now, to the listeners, just another reminder, the information heard here is not intended to serve as medical advice and should not be used for the diagnosis or treatment of a health problem or disease. As I always say, investigate, do your own research when it comes to your health issues.
It's all about the Health and Healing Hub experience each and every Saturday on your favorite station between the hours of 2 and 4. ContrastRadio.net.